Good morning, all my dear friends out there. I hope you had a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. I came now to bring you some more of my Cameo goodies and to show you some of the things I've done with cameos that came to me unbezeled. And you can find unbezeled cameos because, sadly, when cameos lost favor, after the 1950s, a lot of people sold their grandmother's cameos for the gold. Many good cameos were surrounded in 14, 18 carat, and people just sold them off for the melt. And so the shell remained unbezeled for who knows how many years. It's very sad. But here are some of the cameos that I've recently neglected to put in my first video about cameos. But I love them all the same and thought I should share them with you. This was a lovely lady cameo, about 1920, I'd say, and came unbezeled. I've done beadwork now for 20 years. And here I use seed beads, pearls, Swarovski crystal, and made a brooch, which I will wear. Here is a fabulous large, I would say this is 1860s, 1870s, cameo of an angel. And I waited a while before I decided what to do with her because she's quite large and quite concave. But I finally figured out what I wanted to do. I used little CZ citrine drops, pearls, more Swarovski crystal, and I added a chain, which I made. But I just think she's really exceptional and really fun. Here is a bracelet I made using Swarovski crystal and an antique unbezeled cameo, and I made a bracelet. I think that came out pretty good. This was one that I forgot. I couldn't find it, but I found it later. Is a memorial cameo to Abraham Lincoln, who I truly loved as a president. And with my studies of the Civil War, a lot of things were made in memorial to him when he was murdered in 1865. This is set in 14 karat gold. Oh, let me get the hot lamp. See? There you go. You can see right through it. It's 14 karat. It's quite large and very striking. And I love Civil War history, so I had to have him. I think he's really wonderful and amazing, the detail. A very fine carving. This is a recent cameo. I wanted to get some cameos to prove how they were used in all different material. This is an absolutely wonderful early cameo in mother of pearl. Look at the details of her hair. This is an early one. Somebody put a pin back, but it's okay, you know. It's an old pin back, but still. I don't think that's the original. I think this was unbezeled and just never, either it had a bezel and someone removed it, or it just laid in somebody's jewelry box and was never made into a cameo. But I love it. I just think it's marvelous. And here is a glass cameo with a gold overlay. These are pretty commonly found in thrift shops and antique places. But this is glass with a gold coating over the glass cameo. It's still very, very elegant and very lovely. There's another glass one, more in the Victorian Revival style. Love that hair. That's really made more like an old cameo. She's wearing a coronet See that? With a ribbon. She has jewels, pearls, and she has more of the Roman style dress with the pin on the shoulder. That's how they kept their clothes on. So this is a very nice glass cameo. And you see that it's solid in the back. It's not like shell that you could see through the back. Here's another Victorian revival. I actually love this necklace. Look at that, the little dangles. I think that's so sweet. She is another lady, representing an early lady. She fooled me. I thought it was a sardonyx cameo, but I don't think so. I think it's glass. But it is beautiful, and I do wear it with a black shirt. Here is another cameo of Athena, and I bought this years ago unbezeled. Look at the beautiful roses in her hair. So I made a bezel for her using carnelian, miniature, teeny weeny little carnelians. Look at that. And some gold-plated beads that I had. And then I made the chain out of carnelian and pearl. And I do wear these. I think they're beautiful, and I just don't think a lot of people recognize the beauty of them. Now, in my previous cameo, I talked to you about pins that were made with a printed piece made to look like they were hand-painted, and sometimes they have touch-ups that look like they're hand-painted, but they're not. And I said they were like shepherds, lovers in the field. Here you have a lady with her fan, and the gentleman is playing the flute. Very, very sweet. Set with tiny little glass beads made to look like pearls. And it is marked Czechoslovakia. And that's very sweet. And recently, I almost had a heart attack when I saw this in a local antique shop. I found this 800 silver, fantastic cameo bracelet. I wasn't going to leave the shop without having it. I've always wanted a really good cameo bracelet. And the clasp is hidden in the last piece, see? Notice that each and every woman is different. Now, on a lot of cameo bracelets, their carving is really almost, I would say, poor to student quality. And the very fine ones that represent the days of the week or the different gods, Greek gods, those are thousands of dollars. But I didn't pay that for this, and I am super, super excited about owning this. And I did mention to you people that about portraits. They're not cameos, but they are exquisite painted portraits. Here's one that I found set in 800 German silver. This is a very famous portrait. I'm not sure who exactly painted this, but this was beautifully done and set under heavy glass. So this is a very fine piece. Notice how the pin sticks out way further. This is a very old tube clasp, and the C clasps there. And it also had a little bail. And then I wanted to show you this phenomenal piece. Oh my God, I just love beautiful women like that. Again, set in sterling. Oh my Lord, I love her. Just think that's the most beautiful lady. And I hope you do appreciate it as well. Set, painted on porcelain. Here's another beautiful, beautiful lady. These were painted in miniature on porcelain. This one also set in sterling. Oh my Lord, I just love, love, love her. Again, another old clasp. Here's a beautiful girl. I just love these. They are so precious. And they're getting harder to find, and they're getting more and more expensive. So keep your eyes out for good ones. Raphaels Angel. there's a set of 2 in the painting by Raphael. But often these little cherubs are depicted as, you know, solo pieces. This is set in sterling. Absolutely, just, to me, I absolutely love them. I hope you guys do too. I collect lots of different types of jewelry, like this little micro mosaic piece. This is an early piece. Now, when I went to Florence, they had a plaza with a giant statue of David that overlooked the city of Florence. And there was a lady sitting there, and I couldn't believe how these are made. Each teeny weeny little piece is an actual tiny cylinder of glass that is cut and inserted. Every single thing. It's absolutely amazing. This is an old one. And I just couldn't believe that people actually made things like this. Here's a micro mosaic bracelet. As someone who does beadwork for 20 years now, I really do appreciate when people put this kind of labor into jewelry. And I do love micro mosaics. They're getting very hard to find, the fine ones. And one last piece that was in my jewelry box I thought you'd appreciate. This is called, from the Japanese, this is the aesthetic period, where the Victorians kind of looked back towards the Asian world, fascinated by their decorations of cranes, birds. Notice the fan shape. I'm a fan collector, so coming up soon will be a video of some of my phenomenal fan collection. And like I said, I appreciate anything that's really beautifully made by hand. And I can really appreciate it since I'm spend a great deal of my time and days, especially since the pandemic. For the last 2 years, that's all I've been doing was beadwork and making jewelry. And so I do appreciate handmade items. So my friends, I will close saying that I hope everyone is well and taking good care of yourselves, and hoping and praying that things are better for the Ukrainians. But I wanted to tell you all that I really thank you for giving me a thumbs up and for subscribing and liking my channel. And I promise I will come back with some more goodies for you between all the dolls that I collect. And I specifically only collect antique paper mache and antique china heads. I do have some bisque, but they're not my favorite as much as I am crazy for my very, very early dolls. And I promise I'll show you my fan collection. Take care out there. God bless you all. Bye-bye.